Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Coffee with Tea. I'm your host, the amazing T Street. Today's mug says, I am with you always, Matthew 20 and 28. Today's topic is encourage yourself. Now, y'all, just so y'all know, I have this on my head because today is hair day. Today is hair appointment day. And so, yeah, I needed it today. Today's topic, encourage yourself. There's an old song, and by the way, if anybody knows Elder Faith, can y'all please tell her this is my audition for the praise team? This is my audition. There's an old song that says, "Sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Sometimes you have to speak victory." Yeah, that was my audition, y'all. Anyway, this today's topic is encourage yourself. Good morning, Jackie. You didn't hear my audition piece, did you? I was auditioning for the praise team. Sometimes we have to encourage ourselves. Sometimes the hardest thing to do is keep going when nobody is clapping for you. No text, no applause, no repost, no I'm proud of you. And if we're honest, some days life will get so loud that your own confidence gets quiet. Sometimes, have you ever been in that place? Whoo, that your life is so loud that you can't even hear your own confidence. You cannot wait for everybody else to become your battery pack, y'all. You know those battery packs like the Energizer Bunny walking around, has that battery pack. You can't wait for everybody else to become your battery pack. At some point, you have to learn how to change yourself, how to charge yourself. How do you charge yourself? How do you give yourself that shock? Now, some people say, I just stay connected to the source. But y'all know, even then, there's some days it says, even in the Bible, y'all, we always talk about David, the mighty King David, the warrior man who killed Goliath. Even David said, you have to encourage yourself in the Lord. Not because life was easy, not because everybody stayed loyal, not because he had all the answers, y'all, but because he understood something powerful. If I don't speak life into me, I may start believing the death spoken around me. That was for somebody. If I don't start speaking life into me, I might start believing the death that is spoken all around me. So I want to give you three quick reminders about how to encourage yourself. Is that all right with y'all this morning? Good morning, Alana. I want to give you three quick reminders about how to encourage yourself. First, stop waiting for validation and start valuing yourself. Stop waiting for other people's validation. Stop waiting on the compliment who don't even compliment themselves. You ever start to think that maybe they don't give you a compliment because they don't even know how to give or receive compliments themselves? You wait for approval from folks who are still confused about their own purpose. Y'all, how can they validate your purpose when they don't even know their own purpose? Listen, encouragement hits different when it comes from within. You don't have to stop talking to yourself like the enemy. Y'all, some of us would never let other people say the things to us that we say to ourselves. If somebody else walked up to you and said, you ain't good enough, we'd be like, oh, you got me messed up. No, but we say that to ourselves all the time. I'm not good enough. I always mess up. Nobody cares about me. I ain't never going to make it anyway. Who taught you to speak to yourself like that? You need to start replacing criticism with confirmation. I'm growing, I'm learning. I survived things that would have killed other people. I survived things I thought would break me. I still have purpose. Sometimes the breakthrough starts with changing the conversation you have with yourself. Every morning this week, today is what? Is today Wednesday or Thursday? Y'all gotta tell me in the comments. I'm lost. My days are confused because this has been a crazy, crazy week. I think it's Thursday. Today is Thursday. This week and next week, every morning, I want you to say one positive thing out loud about yourself before you ever touch your phone. When you wake up in the morning, you say, I'm worthy of the breath that God gave me this morning, even if I'm only worthy because He said so, because He gave it to me. That's the first thing. The second thing, remember what you've already survived. Good morning, Olivia. Good morning, Toya. Remember, today's topic, y'all, is encourage yourself. Remember, you've already survived some things. And every now and then, when you go back and you look back over the things that you thought was going to take you out, Guess what? You can encourage yourself with that. You are stressing about this moment while forgetting God already brought you through other moments. You made it through heartbreak. You made it through betrayal. You made it through confusion. You made it through seasons where you had more bills than money and more pressure than peace. And somehow you're still here. You, as the song says, you still standing. That means your track record for surviving hard days is already strong, y'all. Sometimes encouragement comes from looking backward long enough to remember. Don't stay with your head turned though. Just look back long enough to remember. I didn't quit then and I ain't quitting now. Don't let one bad day make you forget your whole testimony. Make a still here list. Write down 5 things that you survived that once made you think you wouldn't make it through. I'm giving y'all some how-tos this morning. Good morning, Michelle. Good to see you on. Good morning, Rhonda. I'm giving you some practical how-to things. How do you encourage yourself? I want you to write down 5 things that you already survived that made you think you wouldn't make it through. You was like, I ain't never gonna make it through this, but you did. And you write it down. Guess what? When you look back and you use that as evidence, because the greatest evidence of future behavior is past behavior, both God's and yours. God's behavior is why we can trust him. God's behavior in the past is why we can trust him with our now and our tomorrow. But guess what? The things that you survive ought to be evidence to you. If you didn't quit then, you know you ain't quitting now. You got me messed up, devil, if you think I'm quitting today. Speak life until your feelings catch up. You ever been in a space where you don't feel hopeful, but you start speaking hopeful? Woo! Y'all, you will not always feel encouraged. Some days motivation is missing. Some days confidence is quiet. And some days your emotions act like they forgot who you are. But your feelings are not always facts, y'all. You have to learn how to speak life even when you're healing. That means saying, I still believe. I still matter. I still have purpose. I'm still becoming. Encouragement is not pretending life is perfect. That's not what encouragement is. It's believing a thing until you see it happen. It's deciding that difficulty will not get the final word. That's what it is. And sometimes you have to become your own coach. Y'all cheer for me. I was in the gym this morning with my coach, and when she walked away to help somebody else, I was like, girl, you got this. You didn't get here overnight. You ain't going to master this overnight, but you got this. I was thinking to myself, I don't need my coach to tell me I got this. What I got is a memory of when I weighed 368 pounds to know that I can get back to my ideal weight. I ain't that no more. But guess what? What I have is a memory, and I encourage myself with that memory. Girl, you got this. I'm my own coach. I'm my own cheerleader. When nobody else is cheering for the amazing T Street, I don't need the applause of outside people. What I need is T believing that I'm going to do this thing too, particularly when God told me that it was mine. Your own reminder that quitting is not your portion, y'all, that will change the game for you. Create one personal affirmation. This is the third thing that becomes your emergency reminder when life gets heavy. You can do something like, I was built for this. That's your affirmation. I ain't skipping the process. God is still working in and for me. I can bend without breaking. So let me leave you with this. Everybody won't clap. Everybody won't understand you. Everybody won't support you. Y'all do know that, right? But here's what you got to know. You still have to speak life over yourself. Believe in yourself, because sometimes the miracle isn't that somebody else showed up to save the day. Sometimes the miracle is realizing there was strength inside of you the whole time that God already placed in you. Y'all already know I'm the amazing T Street, but I came by today because I don't know why this is a heavy season for so many people. Good morning, Brother Jackson. I came by this morning to tell y'all to encourage yourself. And the 3 ways that you're going to do that: stop waiting for validation and start valuing you. Remember what you've already survived and know that you can survive again. And speak life until your feelings catch up. with what you're speaking. Every day I get up and I tell myself, I said, I am more than a conqueror, even on the days where I feel defeated. I don't allow my feelings to drive my encouragement of myself. I'm the amazing T Street, but you already know absolutely positively nothing amazing in me that's not in each and every one of you. So I dog double dare you today to encourage yourself. Have an amazing, amazing day.